Cellulite, it's a sign that liver is toxic. I'm Lily and I am a detox guide. And this discussion is going to be about cellulite and liver. So cellulite, it's a sign that the liver is overburdened. It's toxic and it's clogged. Not only the liver, but also the lymphatic system. And there is a connection between the liver and the lymphatic system. And a lot of people don't know that. So I remember that I was in my 20s and I kind of like had an idea that I had cellulite. I started to develop cellulite, right? But it just hit me in one moment in time that I remember playing tennis with the boyfriend at the time. And after we finished the game, he came to me and he said, I noticed that you have something on your legs. What is that? It doesn't look smooth. My boyfriend knew my legs. It wasn't my best feature, right? You know how when we are young, we are kind of vain, we want to look beautiful. We don't really think about health and liver and all these things, right? So it kind of like started to question my mind. It's like, what in the world? I mean, my boyfriend noticed that. Some other people will notice that. This is kind of like crazy. It's ridiculous. I need to do something about that. So I started researching and researching and researching, and I've done so many things. I didn't do everything, but I've done a lot of things, like dry brushing, massages, lymphatic massages with some pressure machines, juice cleanses. I changed my diet, a lot of things. Cellulite was still there. Cellulite was trapped there. What I realized after so much research, and actually after I done accidentally a liver cleanse with my method, that by the way I teach in a detox program, in a liver detox course, which everyone is invited because liver is #1 organ of detoxification, and if we cleanse the liver really good, a lot of bad things and crazy things from the body will disappear. And so I went on a spiritual journey. I remember it was Sedona, and I was cleansing my spirit, my soul. I was like very meditative and all this. And then, you know, when the higher self or the inner self or the body is just talking to you, or God or spirit, and it says, you got to cleanse your liver. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going back home and I'm going to cleanse my liver. I was cleansing my liver emotionally, because this is the thing. Cleansing the liver or detoxing the liver, it's not just you take a supplement and then your liver is clean. I've tried that so many times. Yeah, different milk thistle, dandelion, massages, lymphatic massages, dry brushing, juices, fasting. Cellulite was still there. And when I went back home from the journey in Sedona, I've done this cleanse while we were eating just one food a day, just mono food. And I was doing a lot of work on my mind to keep going, because this is the thing. A lot of people start things, but they don't finish and they don't see results. And they say, oh, this doesn't work. I was like that, okay? Because that's the way it is. You have to keep doing what you're doing in order to have results. So quitting for me back then was not an option, because remember, I worked on my emotions and on my spiritual awareness, and I had to cleanse my liver. So I prepared my mindset. I was doing it with a group of people. I prepared my mindset so I can stay with that particular food, and then I work on my emotions, because this is the thing. When we cleanse the liver, a lot of emotions are surfacing, and a lot of emotions like anger and frustration weaken the liver. Actually, there is this Chinese medicine which is very ancient, that they talk about resentment and anger and frustration residing in the liver. In this particular, I mean, a lot of emotions reside in different organs, but frustration and anger in the liver. And resentment, but also resentment resides in gallbladder as well. Gallbladder and liver are very connected. And so I remember that a lot of frustration and anger kind of like surfaced. And I know that because in my course, I teach different modules. And the first one is the mindset. It's 2 modules. People cannot go into actual detox with real foods unless they go through the mindset, because it's important to stay the course. Otherwise, we cannot, if we don't have a strong mindset, we cannot achieve success. That's the way it is. And then I remember a lot of women, and including myself, when I was doing the cleanse, a lot of emotions surfaced, and like I was like frustrated, so much frustration. And women in my program are surfacing so many emotions, and when we meet, I'm like, I want to just stay away from them because I know that that's what's happening. There is a frustration, there is anger, there is suppressed anger, repressed. We suppress anger. Some people have anger and they don't even realize that. Some people have a lot of emotional issues and they are not even aware of that. So when you're going through a cleanse like that, a lot of emotions will surface. So it's very important to know how to address them. It's very, very important. And some of the techniques to address these emotions is with breathing. For example, I have a technique that I have in my program, like I call it 4-7-8. We inhale for 4, hold for 7, and then exhale for 8, which is so powerful because exhaling is very detoxing. So we have different methods and techniques like that. But one of the most important techniques is actually an audio meditation that it's in the program, and women just love it. And each and every time that something is surfacing, I like, just do that meditation. Why? I've done that meditation for me because I needed to really start loving my liver and loving my body and loving myself, because I just realized that I wasn't loving myself enough. I was just giving myself away to other people all the time, all the time. I'm an energy healer for so many years. And I remember that people would come to me and say, Lily, heal me. And young and crazy, I was just like place my hands over them, doing my own thing, and then things will disappear. Their things will disappear, and I would be like, oh my god, yeah. But I was doing kind of like, when you do that, you kind of like take on their karma, on their things, so you kind of like disempower them, because people need to deal with their own emotions, and people need to deal with their own detoxing and healing. We are not responsible for anyone's healing. We are responsible for our own healing. And what we can do for others is to assist them, to help them. But ultimately, it's our duty to heal ourselves. So I remember another episode in my life that I had a neighbor, and she just gave birth, and she was like really angry and really upset with her husband. There are different miscommunication, whatever it was. And then she was always upset, and she would have these like gallbladder attacks. And she would just like knock on the door like desperately, and she said, Lily, heal me, heal me. And I would just my hands on and everything. And I remember one time, I just touched her like for a few minutes, and then doing my energy work, and she went to the bathroom and she just vomited a big stone. And she said, Lily, the big stone was so, I was like, oh my god, girl, just the next time just do the work. This is the last time. And that's kind of like, I realized I'm not doing anything for anyone. They need to do their own work. Because I kept telling her, you gotta cleanse your liver, you gotta clean yourself, you gotta do a lot of work, and especially emotional work. You gotta figure out, how to make peace with your husband, how to release your emotions. Don't keep them there, unexpressed and suppressed. You have to just solve those issues. And I remember she was getting really, really healthy after that, and then she started cleansing and doing all her work. But for me, it was the idea of like, it's being responsible for your own emotions, and working through emotions is such a big deal when we detox and when we cleanse our liver. So I remember that my journey to Sedona was one of the best journeys, that even now, the detox program actually was based on that awareness that I received during that time. And a lot of information, kind of like downloads of information, came during that time. And I plus accumulated with my research for so many years, and then studying different doctors and books and conferences, attending different online events and everything. So I kind of like developed my method of how to cleanse the liver successfully and very fast, extremely fast and very safe. But not only that, because my method was, when I detoxed my liver, I just realized that the lymph was also detoxing at the same time, which is absolutely, for me, I didn't even think about that. And I remember after doing this cleanse for like 7 to 8 days, the cellulite was gone. And for me, that was the biggest aha moment, because I wasn't thinking about, oh my god, cellulite, I need to look good and being vain or anything like that. I realized that that's something, cellulite, it's not something that a lot of people are portraying like a beauty thing. No, it's actually, that cellulite is telling you that, hey, the liver and the lymphatic system screams at you, detox me, cleanse me. This is poison, because as I mentioned, we have so many toxins in our bodies, from the food, from the air, glyphosate, pesticides, insecticides. Heavy metals. I had a lot of mercury toxicity in my body. I had heavy metals in my body, especially from the amalgam fillings. And I cleansed. I felt much better. But after that, the cellulite was still there. So when I detox, when I start cleansing the liver, then I noticed a lot of improvements. I started to sleep better. So for me, number one was cellulite. For me, it was like, oh my goodness, if I do that and the cellulite is gone, that means that it's God is there. This is how I felt. But when you cleanse your liver, you are not only releasing the toxins in the liver, but I mentioned in the lymphatic system. And sometimes some women in my program realize that they detox their kidneys. And for me, it was like, because I cannot tell, I mean, I can speak from my perspective what happened to me, but when other people come and then they do the same method and they say, Lily, I cleanse, I sleep better at night. Some people after 3-4 days of doing this detox, liver cleanse, they start noticing like their pain in the joints disappear. One of the ladies in the group, like a couple of months ago, she said she had issues with her knee. All the time she was hearing clicking in the knee, and not only that, but she was feeling pain. And after 4 days of just cleansing with this method, it will just disappear. So it's mind-blowing. Cellulite is trapped toxins in the liver and also lymphatic system. Do whatever it takes to cleanse and detox the liver, because it's number one organ of detoxification. And if we cleanse the liver, we feel so much better. We feel so much joy because we release also emotions from the liver, like frustration and anger and even resentment. And also we may release even some emotions from the gallbladder. So I know this information is kind of like, oh yeah, emotions. And no, it's deep. We have to look at our body in a holistic way because we are holistic beings. We have to look at the mind. We have to detoxing and because this is the thing. Being healthy requires detoxification. And number one organ of detoxification is your liver, because it's the largest organ in the body and is responsible for 500 and something functions, which they run in parallel, like multitasking. So liver is the most important piece. Liver is connected with the lymphatic system. Liver is connected with the gallbladder. Liver is connected with the heart. Liver is connected with the kidneys, with the lung, with the brain, with everything. If the liver is not functioning properly at its optimum, and a lot of population have a fatty liver, more than 50-60%, a lot of people have their liver functioning only minimum capacity, like 20%, and sometimes they don't have even any symptoms, which is kind of scary. So everyone should cleanse their liver, seriously. I have another video on how to cleanse the liver, and I have another video about symptoms of a clogged liver. That's very important to also watch. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to work deeper and then cleanse your liver really, really fast with my method, come to my detox program. It's a liver detox program where we address mindset, we address foods, we address other methods to cleanse the liver and keep the liver happy and healthy. And also we address emotional issues. And you have a recipe for foods that I cook for to assist and help my liver. And also the main one is the bonus meditation that everybody loves. You just have to come for the meditation to release emotions. Anyways, blessings, cheers to your health, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep your liver happy and healthy, and blessings.